Money, like I said, is one reward for productivity, but
Yeah.
there are a lot more things. For example, the spiritual leadership of the home is something you must champion.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, your ability to connect with the divine is actually a lot more important than your ability to make money.
Yeah.
But the capitalists did a switch because it is easier to control a person with what they can see than what they cannot see.
So yeah.
So, which is why the pursuit for money now became the big thing. So, when you hear something like a woman's instinct is an intangible asset, it is how she connects with the divine that she stirs the family and
Yeah.
says, I sense something.
Yeah.
And then the man, too, it is his connection with the divine that he uses to say, no, this is where our family is going.
Yeah.
Money is just one measure, and sadly, it has become the coloration for 90% of our problems.
Yes, sir.
But that's not the real problem. It is just the coloration.
People have had a very good conversation just for this few moments. That's nice. You're all welcome. Mr. Benita, mm, what will I say now? I will not use the word regular. You're always here with me to make this show more beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you very much, ma'am. And ma'am, I'll give you opportunity to introduce yourself also. Mr. Benita, will you still introduce yourself? All right. In today's topic, I think is a very vital one we are still discussing about. He said in today's marriage, they said men carry burden more heavier, while they still other people argue women carry the responsibility of emotion and other things. I want to really ask, what does carrying the heavier burden means to you? Let me ask Mr. Benita.
They say ladies first. Let her speak. Let's not
Oh.
start.
Okay.
Let me start by introducing myself.
All
My
right,
name
ma'am.
is Osazewinde Imajimiri. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a public servant. Yeah. I'm a mother. What else again? A mother of three. I'm a wife. And yes, that question is an amazing question. But you see, I'm someone who sees things from two perspectives. I don't just conclude because I feel I'm a woman and because I felt the burden from my own side. But then the burden of marriage, parenting, and everything is being shared by both parties. The man has his own role to play, and then the woman also has her own role to play. But you see, when one party is lacking, that's when it now looks like maybe there's more burden on the other. But when everything is being balanced, which in most cases is difficult to find, you now start finding lapses here and there. Then maybe the man is now termed as being, at the receiving end, or the woman, as the case may be. But the truth is that roles have to be outlined from the beginning. Everybody knows what their capacity is and what their capabilities are. As a woman, you don't, take up roles that ordinarily are not yours. And as a man, you don't take up roles that are ordinarily not yours. But then there should be a level of support. Because when support comes in, it makes it easy. So that one person doesn't start feeling like, okay, feeling entitled to whatever role he or she is, you know, currently holding on to. So I think the burden is on both parties. It's not just a man or a woman's thing. Yeah.
Quick one. I want to ask you now. Your next, since you said ladies first. Okay. Uh, is being the provider the greatest pressure in marriage?
Pressure, greatest. I don't know. I really would not scale it if it's the greatest. I just know that it's a pressure because I mean, every day we need things in the home.
Very
Whether you're
important.
married or not, every day you
Very,
need
very
things.
important.
So there is that pressure of what do I eat? What do I wear? Where do I stay? How do I move from point A to point B? These are daily needs. It's daily. That's the interesting thing. It is daily. Every event actually adds more to it. And as we grow, every stage actually gets a lot more. So I wouldn't exactly say it is the greatest, but it is a real.
Okay. Okay. Now, as a man, will your value depends on your income?
Personally, I don't see myself through that. I don't see my worth through my wallet. So if someone has that expectation, I mean, that's theirs. I shouldn't, but I hold myself by my knowledge of myself and what I've set out to do. So I don't define my worth by my wallet.
Yes, okay, ma'am. Let me go to you. Still on this financial aspect of it, should financial provision alone make a man a good husband?
Hmm. To an extent.
Finance.
Yeah. To an
That's
extent.
always an issue when it comes to marriage.
To an extent, though.
Really?
Yes, oh, yes, to an extent. You know why? We like personally, I don't see people's worth through their pockets. But then there's this thing about it. First of all, when as a woman, there's this joy you get when you have a supportive partner, when the person is able to shoulder most of the bills.
Most.
Yes, I'm not saying that I use the word most. I'm not saying that maybe as a woman, the woman has to be, idle, and I don't support,
Yeah. Okay.
women that do nothing to support the family, because the burden can't just be on one person. But then the man has to wake up to this financial responsibility. A man should be able to shoulder these bills because there's a way this thing functions. Do you understand? Women see men as, the breadwinner, which society also sees a man as a breadwinner. And being a breadwinner goes with a whole lot. If you're not able to foot the bills, then you should get ready for some kind of things that you'd see. That's the truth about it. Imagine now we have needs and you're saying you don't have money. Okay. How do you expect me as a woman now to be able to go all out to get this thing done when you as the man cannot?
Mr. Benita, I know he has something to say concerning that breadwinner because the last episode we did, he actually expatiated on that breadwinner,
Yeah.
how breadwinner came
Well,
about.
the first thing I will tell you is that if you can't win bread, win bones.
Okay, because the last time you said when the man buys bread when coming home.
I think what Mama just said is okay. When we're talking backstage before we got to this place, is where I
Yeah.
was saying that colonialism and capitalism is part of what has changed family dynamics
Okay.
to the way it is now. Because when you look at it, first things first, a man should know his worth, should
Yeah.
know what he's about, he should be productive. And I believe money, ultimately, which we use to
Yes.
buy bread now, is
Yes.
a reward for productivity.
See.
So anybody who is productive will have at least some money,
Yeah.
maybe not so much,
Much.
but will
Yes.
definitely have money because truthfully, the optionality, convenience, and comfort that money brings is unquestionable.
Yeah.
It's not something that we will begin to debate if it is something you should desire or not. No.
Not.
But the thing is this, while the man should have money, it is not the ultimate for deciding if he's a good man or not. Because if we continue the conversation along the lines, it means that a woman who has more money than a man may have a problem getting married. It means we are going to raise girls who will not have a lot money or more money than the men they will marry. Because look at it, for example, let's just put a figure hypothetically. The woman earns 500,000, the man earns 200,000. If we decide if he's a good man by how much he brings, that means that family will have a living standard of 200,000.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if they combine, they can actually have a living standard of
A
700,000.
thousand.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
because we have put this rigid mark that it is the man, what we have invariably done is to deprive the opportunity for the family to experiencing that standard of life, because now we are trying to use the man, which is why sadly some people try to say that women are hypergamous. I mean, I must marry a man who has more money
Money
than
Money,
than
more
me,
money,
has
myself.
more
yes.
status than
Mm.
me, he has more
Yeah.
this, he has more that, he has more. The real thing is this, it is not that the woman is asking for too much or desiring what is not good.
Well,
The problem there with that hypergamy setting is that she's not desiring to be the one who has the capacity
see.
to do what that money or status can do. She believes a man needs to have it. And so, if we are raising a generation where we are trying to look at seeing equal value, we must also find a way to drop some of the determinants that has retained it that way.
Yeah.
You get the conversation now.
Yeah.
So, but to just answer that question which you raised, money is not what makes you a good man.
Mm,
Because money, like I said, is one reward for productivity. But
yeah.
there are a lot more things. For example, the spiritual leadership of the home is something you must champion.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, your ability to connect with the divine is actually a lot more important than your ability to make money.
Yeah.
But the capitalists did a switch because it is easier to control a person with what they can see than what they cannot see.
See, yeah.
So, which is why the pursuit for money now became the big thing. So, when you hear something like a woman's instinct is an intangible asset, it is how she connects with the divine that she stirs the family and
Yeah.
says, I sense something. And
Yeah.
then the man, too, it is his connection with the divine that he uses to say, no, this is where our family is going.
Yeah.
Money is just one measure. And sadly, it has become the coloration for 90% of our problems.
Yes, sir.
But that's not the real problem. It is just the coloration.
So we need to find out the real problem.
You
It's
see,
that we've lost touch with the divine.
you see, we're talking about money, money, money. See, there's something about money in a home. There's something about money and then women. Why I always try to be very, careful in these conversations, I've discovered that, we all have different experiences. And yeah, and experiences is what actually determines how we view things. Because if you are a person who has been in a marriage where, you are comfortable as a man, your partner is comfortable, you guys do things together, things are working out, which is everything is going. But if you have been in a marriage where, let's say the woman does not have and the man does not have as
Yeah.
well, and the family is going through a whole lot.
Devastating home.
Yes, in that kind of situation, it becomes difficult for you to see things from a different perspective. Like me, I am someone who does not believe in. I've always believed in making my own money as a woman because there's a lot of limitations you get when you have to keep asking for money. Do you understand? Like now, I got off, I left my house. All I needed to do was just tell my husband, baby, please, I have a podcast. Someone invited me and all that. I was like, okay, take care of yourself. Let me know when you're back. And that's a very straight conversation. But ordinarily, you see, I would have been limited if I had said, please, I don't have money for fuel. Can I get transport fare from you? I don't know if you understand. Okay. Then by the time he says, okay, I don't have now. Today is even Sunday. I don't
Where are you even going, sir?
Yes, what
What
are
are
you
you
even
doing
doing?
there?
Where do you expect me to get money from today? Are
That's
these your
another
problems? Are they not
expenses.
too many? What is the problem? And then you will now see that you become limited. At that point, you become, emotionally drained. You start, you start seeing yourself nagging, saying so many things. Which kind of marriage I enter? So I would just expect we just suffer,
The
Person will
problem
just
is
suffer.
money.
Yeah,
Solution
just
is money.
suffer. Which kind of thing with this one? And then at the end of the day, somebody now sees you and say, okay, this woman is not a wife material. She's this, she's that. But then the truth that we should look at is the fact that this lady was not prepared. She wasn't prepared. Let me use the word. She wasn't prepared for this marriage because as a woman, before you even, we talked about the fact that you have to be, mentally alert. You have to be mentally prepared. These are things that people should take into consideration. First of all, do you have a source of income? How are you going to support this man? Because a man can be very wealthy. Wealth is not constant. Year one, you people get married. The person is very wealthy. It's even the money that even made you even trip for him and fall for him and go married to him. At the end of the day, the money is not there again. You become devastated. But now you should be able to have that mindset that money is not constant. This man might be down now. Tomorrow he will get up again. So the question is, how do you people fit in? You and this your partner, how are you people going to blend? Women have a challenge. The challenge we have is this. You see, we believe so much in money. Now, I have met young girls who tell me that they don't mind being third wives.
You should have money.
That's
Yes.
this coming generation now.
Yes. I was shocked. I was like, you mean you don't mind being third wife? The person said, yes, I don't mind being third wife. He said, I don't even mind. Madam, Mama, you're already talk about beg, where the person if you just give me money, everything I want to do. He said, and I asked the person, what are the standards? He said, let the person just buy me a house, just buy me a car, give me everything I need and all that. I'm
Without
okay. I
even
don't
knowing
even
how
care.
to manage those things, they
Now,
want them to buy.
It is easier said than done because women are insatiable. You're talking about the fact that this man can provide for you all these things that you need, all this your will I call them, fantasies, all those things you need. At the end of the day, reality will set in. I've seen people who went in saying they wanted money. They now go in and start asking for more. They now start looking for emotional support. And these things don't go together. They don't go together. If you are marrying a man because of money, realize that a lot of things that come with money. If you are marrying a man because of the fact that you've seen that this man has prospects, people can grow, you can build a home together, it's a different thing. But then you see this money is actually very important in every way. Very, very important. And then a man, in whatever way it is, in order not to bring, what do you call it, insult and contempt on yourself, try and be
Try and make
comfortable.
money.
Try and make money. Do you
Try and be
understand? Try
upbringing.
and make money. Because it gets to a point, it's not mouth you begin to tell me, you be explaining to say, I don't get, so don't worry now, your friends. And the bad thing is that this day, society has a way of, pressuring people.
Yes.
That's why you see that young men now are doing different things to get money. The same thing the ladies are equally doing because everybody wants to have money. Nobody wants to get these things legitimately again because everybody's desperate.
They are desperate to have
Everybody's
that money.
desperate. They're desperate because they want to, hit that class in society. Okay, I did that. So the truth is that as a man, try and just have money. Like you should be able to shoulder to some level to an extent. Do you understand? Yes, we can split bills. The man can take his own part and I take mine. But then, by the time my own now outweighs you, we'll not be reasoning if you are now the woman or if I'm now the man. So it's a lot. But then, you see, marriage is something that people should understand the reason why they are married. You're not just going to marriage because you want to just marry because society say you must get married. No. It is better you marry well. Do you understand? Than going into marriage and then, you're missing everything or mixing everything all out. Marriage is a sacrifice. Let me use the word sacrifice. It's a sacrifice that when you go into it, you should be able to understand that it's for better, for worse. Do you understand? And there are times when these things will be high, times when it will be low, there are times when it will be everywhere will be rosy, and that I keep telling people that when I got married, like I prefer using myself as an example because I think my own example is constant, not when I'll be using, vague characters, for example. When I got married, we didn't have a car. And then it was really difficult for us. Like, times when you have to take bus, take your child to school and all that. After we now got a car, we eventually got a Golf. The Golf came in handy and this was helping. From the Golf, we got a Benz. From the Benz, Camry, and that was it. So tell me now, at this point now, if I had gotten married because I wanted money, maybe I would have left the marriage a long time. Yeah, but then you understand that things take shape and everything is one step at a time. You cannot just jump. You just boycott things. Now, if you boycott these things, you might not even appreciate those things, the good things when they come, because you didn't go through the process. But when you've gone through this phase, different phases in life, you should be able to explain to people and tell people, this is how we started. This is where we are now. And those things actually create a bond. It creates a bond between couples. Yes. You even, the times when people sit down, you don't even have, you're like, you remember that time they did this one? And you're like, hey, that's true. There are memories.
That's part of the communication in marriage.
And these memories will even help your children. When you tell them, this is how me and your dad started, this is how we started, it makes the things, go well, and everything at the end of the day comes out well.
Explain all these things to these new generations that are coming up now.
No, they don't understand that part. So
what do we do? We have to do something.
It's a lot of Mr. Ebenezer. Men needs to have money. Just have money. Have money.
Alright.
That's good. Let's go back to the emotional part of it. And let me ask Mr. Ebenezer, do men underestimate women emotional labor? Do they underestimate them?
I think so. I think so. I'm using that I think so now very intentionally because here is it. When you ask, or the number of times I have asked, then the kind of things that they summarize as that emotional load, for me, they are just things that you easily could put on your to-do list.
Are you sure?
But they put it on their head. Because
this is emotional. When
Okay.
it comes to emotion.
What are the emotional loads?
Okay, emotional load, if you would ask me, let me start from what I term emotional
Yes.
load. First of all, we women, we always like these small appreciations. Do you understand? Like gestures.
That's
And then,
number one.
yes, and then when those are, women, we are very, very emotional. Emotion is our number. We wear it like garments. So when your partner is not seeing those things you're doing, it eats you up. You understand? And then emotionally, women always want assistance. They always want care. They always want support. Then they always want affection. Those are things that go together. Then when you miss one of them, the whole thing doesn't work out anymore. First of all, a woman can erase everything she's going through for affection because emotionally she just wants you to cuddle her, just hug her and tell her, oh, my wife, you're doing so much, I appreciate you and all that.
But after some minutes, they just still change. They change again.
Okay, so
No.
when they
Sorry
say
to cut
something
you.
like, I was going to ask this, when a woman says something like mental load of carrying this house, or the mental load of carrying the home, the relationship,
And all that.
aside the emotional need of care and attention you just
Attention,
talked about now,
yes.
what are the tangible things that translates to?
Well, mentally, I don't think women carry home mentally. Because you know why? The things that a woman does are not really the major things that,
No, they say, okay, let me give an example.
example,
That way.
okay,
I've heard something like, what I'll cook, what the children will take to school,
school,
I'll do this one, I'll do that one, I'll do that one, things like that.
like that what I'll cook is actually a challenge. You say it eats women up, like it eats them up big time. That was something
Yeah.
I battled for a very long time. When I hear that question, I just feel like God, you can't even do anything. Anything you just look forward, maybe by 6 p.m. What are we
What
eating?
are we eating?
Hi.
Yeah.
You now start. It's not like
Start
you cannot
thinking.
cook the food, though, but because that question is constant.
Yes.
And that's like that's become your own schedule. Can you not just can we not eat out? Can we not just buy food elsewhere and eat? Can someone else not just take charge of that?
And you see, I think this is where I said the mental load for me,
Mm-hmm.
that maybe men really underestimate it.
Yes.
Because look at the cooking, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a conversation with a group of people some time ago, and I said, if you are a woman
What's your message?
and you're getting married, you should know that at the very least, you will be cooking 150 times or 200 times a year. 200
Okay,
times
times
a
a
year.
year, yeah.
You will do laundry 30 to 40 times
Yeah.
a year. So, if and when you know that this is what it is, it means that as you are going in, you're already aware. Now, if what to cook is the challenge, we are not talking about the money now.
Yeah.
Planning your meal for a week
Mm-hmm.
will take the load off your mind.
Yeah.
Planning the meal for a month will take the load off your mind.
Mind.
Because it is because you have not thought of what it will be. That's why 4 o'clock you are agitated. Because in the next 2 hours you have to make something. But if you had this before now, that agitation might not be there.
So you're saying
What
they
the
should have a
children
to-do
will
list.
take to school, which is also the other
That
problem.
part, yes.
If you do it for 1 week, you might also transfer it. So for me, I think a good number of the things that are being piled up there is because they use their head as a filing cabinet. Because look at it. You get to the office, you have work to do,
No.
and it's only in your head. The way you process is a lot different from if you have a to-do list.
Yeah.
As you do, you cross it out. So sometimes, again, I think the other part to this emotional load and mental load that women do carry
Sorry.
is also stemming from the things that they prioritize. For example, a lot more women have problem with, I'll just touch this and go back, with cooking as
Yeah.
single ladies than
Yeah.
single men do.
Okay.
So the
Bah.
problem you are having with cooking in the marriage didn't come from the marriage. When you were a single girl, you first had it as a problem.
Yes.
So it is not
That's
marriage that
another
brought that problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now, take it a level further. A lot more women want to arrange their spaces, sweep it 3 times a day than a man does.
Yeah.
And how that home looks, you are more worried than the man is.
Yes.
He is not the one putting the pressure on you.
No.
You are the one saying that my home is supposed to look
Yeah,
a
the place
certain
is
way.
dirty.
And
Yeah.
now that you are doing it, he's not appreciating you at that night,
And
he will feel he doesn't. You
yeah,
place that premium on
on
it.
yourself.
He didn't.
Ah,
But you think you are doing it for them. Look
yes, yes, you're doing it for him.
the child's birthday is coming.
Yes.
The child's birthday is coming. 1 year, 2 year, whatever the year is.
Yes.
You are the one that thinks we have to snap
Celebrate
picture.
the birthday.
He doesn't think so.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, nothing will spoil.
Nothing will spoil. Yeah,
But you
nothing
think
will.
you must do it. But
Yes.
because he doesn't place a premium on it, you therefore think he's not carrying a load.
Load.
Sometimes I tell women this, and some may say, no, you are not understanding. That load that you think you are carrying, drop it. Let's see if the relationship will fall.
It won't.
Let's see if it will fall.
No, it won't.
Don't sweep that house. Let's see if it will fall.
Yeah.
Don't
No.
do birthday shoot or whatever shoot. Let's see if it will fall. Don't go and buy those clothes. Because at the end of the day, when you look at it, a good number of the things that constitute this load are priorities that you have set.
Misplaced priorities.
And
that
then
they set.
it is also because you are doing it for other people to see you. Because it is also not for the child. A 1-year-old child
Yeah,
does not
don't even know
appreciate
anything about
that
1 year
birthday party.
birthday.
They will say
You are the one-
they will say it's for memory's sake.
Which memory?
Oh my
I have never
god.
They said it's 1 year.
I've
They
never
now
done-
place an embargo on it that you must do every year.
Since I was born till now, I've never had a birthday party. Guess what?
Yeah.
I don't
I can't
feel
even remember. My dad
any
didn't tell me if he
type
did
of
it.
way. Thinking about it, thinking about my father, thinking about my mother, it did not in any way remove an iota of love.
That you had
Oh.
for them.
So why are you now telling me that if I
Yeah.
don't do it for my
My
child,
child.
my child will not love me?
No,
That's because you are going to plant the seed into the heart
Charles,
of the child.
yes. No. That's
That you
that's
see
real.
now, other people they do birthday. You see
Other
where
people,
your
Birthday,
priority
see where
is
the
birthday,
comment
coming
is
from.
coming from
birthday,
other
and
people.
all that.
It's not because the child
Hmm.
inherently
Mhm.
desires it.
Yeah.
It is not because that load that you say you are carrying.
Carrying.
Remove your hand.
Mm.
And this
Yes.
is not from
And they
the
will add it
place
to the
of
mental-
resentment.
No,
because
no,
there are
not
people
at
who
all. Not
stop
at all.
doing
Not
things.
at all.
So they will say, man, I'll show you. Say that. No, you are just like, wait, will this thing really?
Yeah.
Look at it sometimes. They are just your priorities
Yeah.
that constitute this burden that you say you carry.
Yeah. Mr. Beniza, you've said a lot. You see these things you've said are things that are, how will I put it, they are very key points you've made. Yes. Most times women put the mental stress on themselves. Do you understand? But then there's still something I wanted to see regarding that cooking of a thing. You see, people, you don't get used to the fact that you're being stressed. First of all, when I was much younger, I hated cooking. Not as a young girl. As a young girl, I cook very well because where I come from, we had a house where we were like over 25 or more. You have to cook because my dad was always, people were always in the house. You have to cook. We're using this big pot to cook and all that. So cooking wasn't really a problem to me. But when I got married, I discovered that I didn't like cooking. And why I didn't like cooking was because I cooked and one of the things my husband liked was the fact that he got used to the food I cook, and most times became a problem. Sometimes he would even go as far as telling me that, don't worry, just cook for me. I can buy food for you. And I'm like, why would I cook for you? And then you're buying food for me. It doesn't make sense and all that. So cooking when I just hear that thing, cook, what are we eating? The thing just eats me up. And at the point, I start feeling very angry. The thing will just pain me like, what kind of, did you marry me as a chef? Did you marry me?
Yeah.
And I think most women feel that way.
They feel that way too,
But
yeah.
there's no logical explanation to that thing. Let me say it.
But was it because he didn't show appreciation for your food?
Yeah, maybe because he wasn't assisting. Like, I felt maybe if he'd come around and be like,
Oh,
while I'm cooking, make
that's-
it fun.
He appreciated the cooking,
Yes.
but he was not assisting.
Say,
at all.
do you understand? You saw that it was going fast. I cook very fast. In less than 30 minutes, food is ready and all that.
And you still need assistance in 30 minutes.
Yes, now you will still stay by my
That's-
side. At least
Aw.
we'll still.
That's the
But
emotional
no, you
part
just
of
go
it.
and sit there. You'll now be like,
Watching
what
TV.
are we eating now? I beg, just cook. Just cook something for me. Don't worry. Like, it didn't make sense to me. But you see, over time, you've said a lot about the fact that you need to have a to-do list. Like now, as I grew older, I realized that I'm there to plan for these kids, just the way you said. Like now, I don't have issues with what to eat in my house anymore. Monday to Sunday, they have a timetable. a roster where they know what we are taking. If those things are not available, they will make alternative plans for them. It's not like sometimes those things we follow them strictly, but we
Yes,
already have a
yes.
guideline that they follow, and it has made it easy. Another thing again is that my kids are much more matured now, so most times it's not just me cooking now. I might
You
want
have
to cook jollof
assistant.
rice. They will parboil rice and keep for me, and they will even ask me, "Mommy, do you want to cook it yourself, or do you want us to help you out to cook it and all that?" So it made it a lot easier for me. But you see, women have a lot of things that we prioritize, things that might not make any sense. And that's how why it has to do with this idea of us, having podcasts like this where people can listen and understand what they need to do. We're talking from experience. Now we're not talking because we want to just sit down here and and
Lecture.
talk. Yes, we want people to understand that I was much younger. When I was much younger, there were a lot of things I used to think. Like now I can actually sit in the house and the house might be dirty, and that's not my priority at that point in time. I look away. But before, even when I had children, I was having my kids and all that. There's some things that used to give me unnecessary headache. I would just be there. I would just become restless. I'm thinking of how I want to post on Instagram. At the end of the day, if I leave Instagram, Instagram will still stay and wait for me till any time I'm ready. But you see, we give ourselves, and I think it's a feminine thing. I don't really know
Yeah,
which
I
hormone.
feel, in addition to what you're saying, I feel most of these women nowadays, they are not patient enough. They are not patient
No,
enough to come
no,
to this your stage.
no, they
You
are
could
not.
imagine when you've not giving birth now.
Yes,
How would they have managed that process
yes.
to meet up to this stage? Because I could imagine somebody that is not patient to bear, like you said, most times it doesn't assist you in the kitchen. I think most of all this breakup issue that is coming up might be just those little things. Just those.
And those things are things that women prioritize. They take it very seriously. Yes, those little emotional stuff. Yes, affection, care, and all those things. They are things that men have to find a way to make themselves available for that. Yeah.
Okay, now, concerning the men, who checks up on the men mental health?
Ah, well, sometimes we say, "Who said men don't cry?" Men cry too.
A
Men.
lot to.
Wait, women should understand that the men also need to be, checked on. The men also need affection. They also need care. Because I even realized that, you see, men, when you even show men affection, you even get the best of them. That's the truth about it. When you show men love, you show them attention. When you have, you just try to see how you can check up on them, and then show concern about their activities. Yes, it's actually you get the best from them.
And when you mean men, husband, not just
Ah,
all
ah.
men. When you mean men,
Husband, oh, husband.
not
Oh,
just.
men in general. Men in general.
There are
Yes.
some men, even if you give them that affection,
They will not
they
even,
will
yes,
not
it
do
won't
that.
even mean anything to
They
them.
will not do that.
Yeah, it
So
won't mean anything to them. Yes. But men should take it easy with ladies. The truth is that society has changed a whole lot. Do you understand? On a normal day, normal circumstances, normal situations, you know that women need affection, they need attention, they need care. But these days, when a woman even comes to you and you show affection, you show care, the person sees it as you, the man who is showing that is weak. And the
yeah,
person is thinking of how to take advantage.
that's it.
That's
I
the
think
order
that's
of the day now.
another thing again.
That's why you see that these days the males now they've learned a different pattern now. You hardly see a man during my time. I can actually walk out of this compound now. I'll get a free ride.
Yeah.
Aside the free ride, I'll even get dinner.
Yes.
I'll get lunch for the next 1 week. Have somebody that is just giving you care from left, right, center. Person even allowing you to breathe. Before you know, you're seeing a new phone. You're even thinking of going on the date and all that,
Yeah.
and nothing will happen. Like it will just be very mutual and all that. But these days, boys, before they drop, guys now, before they drop 10 kobo.
That they safe.
Okay, that very day, Abi. So it's a whole lot. Yeah, it's a whole lot.
You see, the thing is, I will keep going back to it because I've seen
Yeah,
the damage that the economic practice has had on families.
yeah,
See, regardless of how you want to put it, every political, social, economic revolution always ends up leaving the family as the battlefield.
yeah,
Every social, political revolution leaves the family as the battlefield. And here is it, that man is not in touch with his emotion.
no,
So when you try to touch the emotion that he is not in touch with, it will be strange. That's one. Two, it is a very rare find for a lady to genuinely want to touch the emotion of that man. It is a rare find.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because I tell you, if you call me now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect you to pause and just be listening. As you call me, go ahead, say why you are calling me.
Yes.
Why? Because I know how our call pattern is like.
Yeah.
I can't remember a time you called me simply to know the state of my affair.
What do you mean by affair?
State of my affair, like, how are you? How is this going? How is that going? Not because of how it touches you.
Okay.
Because there are people who show concern based on how it impacts on them.
Okay.
The reason why he's asking you how his work is because he knows that if you don't have money, you will not get what he wants. And I know when that is where you are going.
Yeah.
So I will block you. So
Yeah.
regardless of what challenge I might have at work, I will not communicate it to you.
To you, yeah.
Because I already know where you are going. How did I know? When was the first time you genuinely did that checkup?
Check on you.
When was the last time you checked on me consecutively 3 times and there was no request?
Yes.
So we must tell ourselves the truth that, see, there is one of my uncle I called. I went to the sister's house, who is my cousin, direct. They are the same mother, the same father now. I went to the house, she was saying, have you called this, my brother? I was like, no. I was thinking of calling him. Let me call him. I dialed him. Instantly, he picked the call. He's not in the country.
Okay.
He picked the call and I was like, okay, this is the person that wanted to talk with you. Okay, pass the phone. Meanwhile, she had been calling him and he has not been taking
Take this call.
Guess what? In that conversation, she still came with her
Request.
and all of it. So when the call was over, I told her that this is part of what you are doing.
Yeah.
Every
why
of
you
your
don't
call
take
is
the
a
Picking your
request.
call.
Yes.
So I would not. It doesn't make sense to me. You're
Yeah.
not loving my heart, you're loving my hand.
Yeah.
And I understand it. So cut the crap. Let's go straight. And so that is part of where the one you talk about now, that before he does one or two things is already, because you yourself didn't come for friendship.
No.
You really didn't come for it.
At all.
So now let me look. What is the closest value that I can get, even if this thing ends today? I push it forward. So if you take the bait, you take the bait. If you don't take the bait, let's swim.
Yeah.
So we must
Very
be
good.
holistic in
Yes.
that approach and not say, I am because you are. No.
Yeah.
No, none is an echo. None is a perpetual cause. We are both cause and effect.
Yes.
We are both cause and effect.
Yeah.
Nobody is perpetually at the one end. I mean, okay, why should I when there are 5 other people doing it? Guess what? Why there are 5 other people doing for you, I do not have 5 others doing for me
you.
what they are doing for you.
You.
I mean, there are 5 guys on this lady's case,
Yeah.
but there are no 5 ladies
On this guy's
case, or probably giving him whatever benefit might come from friendship now.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, he's the source with multiple channels, multiple outlets, but he's source for himself. He resources himself.
Yeah.
So now he says to himself, let's peg this thing. If I get this one from this one, I'll get this one from this
So
one.
I'll get this one from this one.
Even if I don't get
A lot of
anything, I'll just
options.
tell myself at least I didn't lose completely.
That's true, Sha. That's true.
Okay, just a random question here. If both spouse works in full-time job, who does the cook? Because food is important in the home.
Let the money come in first. Let the money come in first. Yes. You will eat, definitely. There are options. There are options. You can't eat your cake and have it. First of all, you have a job. You know, the income is coming in. You can get a chef or someone that can be doing the cooking for you. Yes. You could equally still buy food. Then when you have time, you make out time and cook. Because the truth is, you were talking about the woman earning 500, right?
Yeah.
And the man earning 200.
Yeah.
So you know, as a woman now, I cannot be earning 500,000 and I come I expect it to go and cook. Well,
Oh, you see?
no, let me give my own explanation.
All right.
My own opinion is this. I'm earning a lot. Do you understand? And probably my job is actually very stressful, very very stressful. And then I come back home and you can't be expecting me to go and cook now. We'll explore other options available. Then maybe when I have time over the weekend, we cannot think of cooking. That's the truth.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
for me, I think first it has to do with our mind and how we
Understanding.
approach these things.
Yeah.
I like to say anybody, male or female, who doesn't know how to cook,
Mm-hmm.
I can only question what other skills you've learned,
Okay.
because cooking itself is a life skill.
Yeah, it's a
It
life
has
skill.
nothing to do with
It's a
gender.
life skill. No, it has
It's a
to
life
do.
skill.
Yeah, it's a life skill.
That's one. Number two, there is an assumption that it is this current era that women are working.
Yeah.
That before now, women didn't used to work.
No, they
It
were
is a
not.
lie.
Mm.
It is a lie. In pre-colonial Africa and
Yeah.
before um, the conquest by Britain all around the world,
Yeah.
imagine a village where the man and the woman are farmers. Does the woman stay at home all day jobless? She goes to farm.
Yes.
She goes to the market. So from non-human history, men and women have been productive in the economy of the home.
Yeah.
So first, there has never been a time where women were stay at home. The stay at home concept was introduced during the Industrial Revolution,
Sure.
because now industries were growing up, and because of the conditions around, men were the ones working in industries and women were staying at home. And those were still outside the shores of Africa, North Africa. Women were farmers. They were fishermen who bring the fish. The woman has to attend to it. She has to go to market. So from time, there has not been a season of that joblessness where a woman was stay at home. It was the colonialism that then introduced the concept, and then people began to feel that you were going to stay at home. Mind you, it was also during that era too that schools and other things were also being introduced.
Yeah.
Because if you say stay at home, some people just hear from morning to evening you are just home. No, you are not. You were productive in other ventures. You were productive in other ventures. It is part of what influenced the type of jobs the women did. For example, still in that same village, a man and a woman can go to the same farm. The woman will come home earlier than the man because she understands she has to make food available.
Yes.
She might leave 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or whatever time. I mean, she could just look at the sun and say, oh, it's getting late. And then she goes home. She doesn't work full time as 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 that we are dealing with today is part of that whole post-colonialism and capitalism.
Yeah.
That is one of the problems. Then 3, knowing that this is our family reality,
yeah,
we should use our resources to bring comfort to our life without being unnecessarily rigid.
Yeah, it's
without being unnecessarily
it's not your
rigid. Because I mean,
yes, it's not
from morning till night,
Mhm.
I've been at work, you've been at work. I'm tired, you are tired.
Good.
But I need food, you need food. So what do? We buy food.
Yes.
We cook and put in the freezer. We bring someone to come make the food at home.
Good.
But it should be that everybody is interested in the nourishment of everybody.
Yeah.
Not from a standpoint of, I have made the money, you should go and cook.
Yeah. No,
also,
not from that standpoint.
That thinking of I have made money, you should go and cook, suggests that the highest earner should not get into the kitchen. No. Which is part of why your husband probably never thought it necessary to join you in the kitchen after he has given you the money.
Yeah.
So we must tell ourselves that, see,
yes,
whatever resource we have should be used to bring us comfort and convenience. Yeah. Disregarding whose channel has brought in more resource than another. Because holistically, when I hear something like a woman says, it's good for a woman to have her own money.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a family elsewhere?
No.
So where does the concept of your own money come when the man himself doesn't go about with that same ideology of my own money? That's because mentally we still have a demarcation.
Yes.
Where though I am in this family, I have a family somewhere.
Well,
Because if I don't think I would want to buy shoe for myself, I would say it is good for this right leg to have shoe.
sure. Why the left leg?
Why the left leg?
Why the left
But
leg?
it's both on me. And you know
Yeah.
that when a king gets, there is no glory that gets to the king and it doesn't touch the crown. So you say, no, I want to. So basically, it's just how we view this.
No, but it's good. It's me. I've told you the reasons why a woman should have her own money. Because we women, our wants are insatiable.
Really insatiable.
Insatiable.
Yeah.
I can just be seated here now. What is just coming to my mind is how I want to get a weave on. And I'm telling you, my husband now, I need a weave on. I mean, my weave on is not even on the scale of preference. How is weave on going to benefit the family? Does he have any relationship with the children? Does he have any relationship? You know,
I need that weave on because of other women.
yes. No, it's not because of other women. The fact that I want to look good.
Just want to
I just want to look good. I want to just stand out. I want to just be myself. So if I have my own money, don't understand, I can always take care of those needs.
Is it really you want to be yourself? Are they not close? You've not won more than 3 times.
No. It's
thank you.
that's what I'm talking about. These things are women things. Women,
Okay.
yeah, women have a way with reason.
Women just want what women want.
Yeah. See, we just want to be women.
Really?
We just want to, always, have our things done our own way. We don't want to stress.
Yeah.
So-
Most times people use it to pressure the men.
And that's why we've said now that it's good for us to have our own money so that we'll not pressure the man. Do you
Alright,
understand?
alright.
Like when I know the kind of bills I bring to my husband, I can tell my husband, okay, the kids need this. Meanwhile, I know very well that I'm going to get some money from it to that maybe he inflated the list.
They are confessing now.
Understand? But that will still not be enough. I still need to still get my own money. But then I know very well that men are always very careful. They're careful spenders. They're always very calculative. And they're not just calculative because they don't want to give. They're calculative because they're thinking of tomorrow. They're thinking of the day after tomorrow. They want to see that the family is always,
Always
well
in good
taken
shape,
care of.
yeah.
They don't want anything that will, bring embarrassment, because some men actually sit down and do a lot of thinking of how the house can be sustained, how this house can survive. But women, we don't. What we do is we push the whole load on the man. What we're thinking about now is how we want to make our nails, we want to do our makeup. Yes, we want to just buy a new handbag, we want to just buy an iPhone and all that. But women will always be what they are. You can't take it away from them.